team, until they're desperate, they're in a league where they're worried they're going to be embarrassed, and they have a chance to get a great coach.
Yeah, but the president of that school is highly sensitive. First of all, BC has always been highly sensitive to the point-shaving scandal. They're not going to...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they've always been high. Wait a second. What does that have to do with Jim Calhoun?
Well, that's why Jimmy O'Brien couldn't get those recruits in, and that's what cost Jimmy O'Brien his job.
That has nothing to do with Jim Calhoun.
Calhoun's got a reputation of not having kids graduate, having kids who get in trouble with the law, and BC is not going to take a chance on something like that.
Oh,
Mike.
Really? Oh, is BC above something? The same BC the same BC who basically told the people in the Big East they would never leave and then backdoored them out the door? That BC? Now BC's all of a sudden holier than thou? That lied to everybody in the Big East? That BC. Don't get me started on Boston College about how they handled their exit from the Big East, because there's a lot there. I could put Mike Changizi up if you want to talk about BC. John in Paramus, what's up, John?
Hey, Mike. First time, long time.
What's happening?
Caller asked you a couple of minutes ago about why you thought Rutgers couldn't compete in the Big Ten. And, the answer is kind of obvious. It's pro sports. I grew up in New Jersey, and my heroes
It's all pro sports. You're just not big enough to compete with them. It's all pro sports. It's all pro sports on a different level. Don't act like Rutgers isn't playing the same game. They just aren't good enough at it. They're all playing the same game. Well, when you brought in Shiano, you weren't playing the same game? What, are you serious?
No, I'm just saying.
When you built that huge weight room, were you playing the same game? When you expanded your stadium, were you playing the same game? Now you're not playing the same game anymore? You're just not good enough to play that game on the Big Ten level.
No, I agree with you. And the reason why we're not...
But don't act like you're a mom and pop shop. You're not.
Well, I say we are, because we just don't have the boosters.
Well, wait a second. Then why'd you expand your stadium?
That was a mistake.
Oh, okay. Now it's a mistake. You tried to play big. You tried to act big. You weren't capable of doing it. I agree with you. It's a mistake. But don't act now like you haven't tried to play the game. You have. You're just not any good at it. You don't belong playing with the big guys. You forgot who you were. You should have stayed a nice Eastern school. The problem is football programs get envy. They start to think they can play with the Kings. They can't.